Hello. I have some background music on, and we're gonna be today doing some fan art. Let's see how it goes since I haven't really drawn that much lately. So we have two bases here of two other creators that I would recommend, and we will have all of their socials also on display, and we might do like a shout out in the chat just for them. So I hope you're all right with like some a bit more of a chiller vibe. Probably not that much chatting, more creating. But if you have any questions or you wanna just chat about random topics, we can also do that. Everything goes right now. And let me know if the music is too loud compared to my voice or if it's just enough for like, you know. But anyway, we can start. We're probably gonna do 1.5 hours of each since I have two bases here that I did already. So it's a bit faster to start. So first, we might do a little bit here. It's we're gonna be doing a creator called Miyabi Mitsuhara. They stream a lot of casual content and everything. Here's like a reference image I will be using. And I think we can do. I think this is alright for now. But yeah, I would recommend you checking them out. And we can start doing some line art maybe. Or at least try to. Or maybe make the hair first, actually, because we don't have the hair yet here, or like the face. I just made the body, since that usually takes me the longest to draw. Especially the fingers. The fingers always take so long to draw. So let me take the same green as here. And we can start line arting a little bit, or like, I guess me first sketch a little bit more of the hair here. Kind of checking what pens we have available since I haven't really in a while. So I have to see where my drawing tablet is gonna be. Oh, seems alright. Maybe a little bit more. Yeah, that seems alright. And let's start with the hair. It's like also I had to flip the image there since normally it's this way. So I get the hair right. Well, yeah, probably not that much chatting, more drawing, but you know, if there comes anything, it will be alright. Actually, I need to go a bit closer there to see how the bangs go. Also, I have, I think it's called Chill Hop, the music. It should be like copyright free and it's not gonna go on the VOD. But so no, you know, so you know what we're listening to if you're watching the VOD. I think that's really nice. Also, yeah, I have like so many. I always try to be too perfect, and then it takes me so long to just try anything. Kind of been trying to get out of the habit lately. It can hurt a little bit more than it actually gives. I think it's good to be detail oriented, but maybe not like too much. 'Cause then it's not like then you don't get stuff done. It's always been a gripe. Let's see a little bit further. Oh, you can even turn it here. That's nice. Oh, and then there's like tiny bangs coming from like that way too. Maybe I should have picked like a different color for the hair sketching, but it's alright. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's switch to a little bit different of a color so it doesn't go like behind them. So it doesn't mix with the other colors there. Mm-hmm. Also, hopefully I can get like everything to kind of look like the character I'm going for, so. But there's always some tweaking you can do a little bit after. You don't need to get it perfect the first time. Maybe some coming from here as well. Mm-hmm. Oh, I gotta remember to make the braid. The braids are kind of hard to draw though. Always like some circles going around. Mm, yeah, that can be it for now. And then like some hair coming out at the back as well. Yeah, I think it looks like them. And then the ears, can't forget the ears. Like some tufts. Mm-hmm. Oh, and then there's the white part inside the ear. It's always so cute. And we can probably just copy paste that one. Where was it? Nope. Oh, the lasso tool. Nice. That's like alright. There might also be some stuff that is better to do other way than I'm doing right now, because it's just like trying to learn the program a little bit as we go. Hmm. I guess the ears go a little bit on the different way, but I think it's alright. Let's see. Hmm. Yeah, they might. I need to probably make it the same. Uh, there we go. Oh, wrong one. Mm. Yeah, we might have to do this from the start so it looks alright. Well, not bad. Just like get rid of some of the, like do it a little bit again. Oh, since it's coming this way now, you need to adjust the. Let's just make it from scratch actually. so we can kind of follow the reference a little bit more. Mm, something like that. A bit more to the. I mean, that would not be that bad. But otherwise, I think we've gotten it pretty spot on so far. Okay, now that can go a little bit that way. Ooh, looks alright. More tufts though. So I can see how it looks if it's like kinda complete. Not quite. Because like once you get the sketch done, it's a bit easier to just move to the next part. I think it's a bit too far up. Those are skewed. Then perspective is hard. Okay, let's try and make the tough here. I mean, it could pass. We can try flipping the picture a little bit, see if it's like too wrong or not. Because I don't think it really matches the other ear that much yet. It might have something funny going on. Hard to know. Maybe just having like the head actually come here. I don't think it looks bad. I just think I need to make this ear either bigger or this one smaller. So it's matching. Or maybe it's a shape, I don't know. Mm. Hmm. It doesn't quite look right. Let's try and do it a little bit this way. So, yeah, like right now it's not really. Hmm. Is it because it's not like coming from here? Hmm. I think we could just copy the ear as long as it's like pretty long ears. Yeah, I think we can just copy either this one or the other one and it should be alright. And if they kind of go a little bit like to the other sides in the reference, I think it will be alright. So there's probably better ways of erasing things. Oh, it took the other one as well. Oh, I can click that one. So it keeps the original. I should probably make the ears like a bit longer. There was like a transform tool, I think, somewhere. Yeah, I feel like they would look better if it was like slightly other to the other side, but it's kind of hard to sketch there. Yeah, definitely longer ears. Or like a different shape. Can free transform, right? That's yeah, there's still like a lot of stuff I need to learn. Just that one you can just erase that way, I guess. Okay, let's try it again. Because we almost got it looking alright. So yeah, when you do like sketching, it's always really messy. Maybe if we do like the basic shape first before we like go into anything else. Also, let me actually have a bigger eraser. I wonder why my ears don't look that nice with the perspective. Maybe a little bit that way. Mm. Yeah, something is not going on with the ears. And I think the other one is fine now. Maybe we can copy that instead. Oops. Like I'm wondering if it's the head shape that is kind of wrong or if it's just the ear. Like that's an okay ear. But then if I just copy it to the other side, is it gonna look alright or is it gonna look weird? Mm, yeah, I think we can do it this way rather. That one doesn't look bad. Well, let's flip it first. Yeah, it's. I need to add some more perspective, like here, I think. Well, let me start merging these a little bit. Yeah, since this is a bit more in the front, it has like it's a bit more in the hair. Or is it still not? Mm. Yeah, perspective is always like super hard for me. It's never really quite. Like I know there's some tools, but this is like whatever right now. Mm, I don't think it's bad. We can try and figure it out once we go into like the proper line art, maybe. I think it's pretty alright. At least it doesn't stick out to me that much. I guess maybe this one a little bit angled differently. Oh, let's not keep the original on that one. Mm, yeah, that looks a bit better. Yeah, I think we can start line arting it in a little bit. At least because I usually like to do the eyes a little bit later. Because I usually just put like the basic eye shapes on, like the dots. I think otherwise it's good too. Yay. Very cute. We can merge all of these now to the base sketch layer and a little bit so we don't see it on underneath that well. I think a bit darker, not too dark though, because then we can't really do that much coloring to it. Yeah, let's see which brush I want to use for the. I mean, the G pen is kind of nice for. Okay, that's a bit rougher. I really like having a bit cleaner of a. Yeah. But yeah, I wanted to make her write in a book because they have like a series where they talk about some stuff and teach. So I need to add more stabilization. So maybe a little bit less. Maybe 17 is a good. So we're kind of going for like a chippy look. It's the same with like line art. I always do too much detail in the line art when it's just like you can do like a very undetailed line art. It can like not look the best and it will still look pretty good overall. Maybe for this one I should like use where's this? Here. So we get the so we don't want the pen to be crooked. So now I'm gonna have to let's just erase a little bit there, so or just the whole thing, so we can just add the line there. So 17. Because for objects like this, I don't think it matters that much where what you use for the. I know they're a bit too thick, but oh. Since you use the pressure on the other stuff, so it doesn't go that badly. Not like that thick. But it looks alright. Would be nice if I saw where the eraser actually goes. Wow, it's a pen. And now to the next layer, so we don't have it on the same, because we don't want to accidentally ruin it, or like if we need to change something, it's not gonna be in the way. But yeah, these hands, when I was like sketching them and stuff, it's like it's always super hard to do hands on your own. It's still like not the best hands that they could be, but for what I'm aiming for here, it works. I'm kind of pressing the pen a little bit too much there. Or what if I just make the pen invisible? So I don't need to focus on it. Also, hopefully the playlist is chill enough. I mean, it should be. Let's get a bit closer. I think for now, since we're doing line art, we can have that on. Okay, I need to make this a little bit brighter so I can see. So it's always when you're drawing, if you think about it, it's always the line art that is taking most of the time. Or me when I think about drawing, me when I have to do the line art before I can go and color. That's another common one. Now let's do some tiny erasing. A bigger brush. Yeah, let's see how long we can, like how far we can get with this before we switch to the next one, and then we have to do that one's hair and the line art and everything. Well, that looks nice. And then the pen also there. Can start erasing some of this here now because I'm very happy with how the line art on the hand is. So we're gonna combine the line art all in one after anyway, so I could also, oh, that was the wrong layer. There we go. So yeah, I think like it looks like what it's supposed to look like, but as I said, hands are like the hardest thing for me to draw. So they always end up looking a little bit funky, but they still look like hands at least, and what I'm trying to go with them. Oh, let's do the other one here first. Oh, that was for the pen. That was the pen layer. Mm. Okay, this is not lining up. Oh, there we go. This one is kind of invisible in the background, so it's gonna be colored fully in. Are we still gonna do some tiny erasing? So let's do that there. Oh, nice. We like how that finger came out. Yep. So maybe this one a little bit like the other ones because it's more like more slender of a fingertip. Mm, yeah. Wow. Now we can get to the oh maybe a little bit here as well, so it looks a bit nicer. Hmm. I guess we can erase a little bit here as well, so it matches a bit better. Yep. So now let's see. It's like a really nice and simple outfit. There's not that many details to consider. Like I would also wear something like that. It looks really comfortable. Also, let me see. I'm on the right layer. I wasn't, of course. You gotta always be super careful with the layers because it's always everyone always memes about it, but it's so true. It's so easy to draw on the wrong layer, and then it happens always, and then you haven't noticed it until it's too late. It is the worst struggle of all time. Also, I tried to in the initial outfit sketch. I tried to make the sleeves a bit puffy, and also the I think it's a cardigan. I tried to get that also to go on since it's a bit harder to draw a layered clothing and like clothing in general is not my strong suit. This one a little bit like that. Nice, nice. So as I said, there's not that much to talk about right now, but like I am up for like any talks if anyone has any topics they want to talk about. It's all open. Or more so just focusing on doing some chill line arting. Also, this one I think I was really smart for making it have some depth in here. Like the sleeve comes behind here. Like perspective is always really difficult to do. Think like perspective and then how people are in general, like poses and things like that. Those are the worst, to be honest. So for this, I don't think I need to do it too vanilla since there's the cape that comes here. Not the cape, but like the cardigan or how what those are called. It's like a comfy indoor jacket kind of thing, but not really. Yeah. Like as I said, I would really also want to wear this kind of outfit casually. It's like this is like seems really comfy. It's always nice to have comfy clothing. I used to wear like some clothing that was super uncomfortable and it was just like horrible time. It's also if you like dress really simply, it's easier to wake up in the morning and just pick what you want to wear. I always like that aspect. Kind of like some Steve Jobs or something. Oh, the sleeve here is giving me a little bit of difficulty. Mm, maybe a little bit change it here. But I think a lot of this part here is gonna be solved by just shading it in, since you had some darker spots here. And it's to like go over here a little bit, so then it looks more like it's actually going alongside the sleeve a little bit. Yeah, we got it. So I feel like someday it would be kind of cool to do some Bob Ross kind of tutorials, or like not tutorials, but like just following along some of those. I think he has like a really calm way of speaking. And it's just like very comfy. Yeah. Mhm. I guess this one could also be a little bit more angled since it goes to the shoulder. Yeah. So it has like some tiny wrinkles. Very comfy. in like around 50 minutes with this. I think we can like may potentially get the line art done on both of them. 'Cause line art is really chill to do. That one a little bit differently. Hmm. Since it goes like behind the cave, so it's technically can just disappear into there. Doesn't really need to be that connected. So we can always do like a tiny bit of that, so it's has like a better shape. And I guess since it's also a little bit connected there. Yeah. Mm, yeah, let's do the face next. Or at least the outline of the face. Hmm. Nice. And then we take a little bit out of here. I guess since it's kind of going like that, we should have it not as into the collar since it goes like over the shoulders. And let's check, yep, the right layer. Yeah, it looks alright. Maybe in this one it looks a little bit more like a cape than it's supposed to since it's actually pretty light on the character. Mm, yeah, let's just keep it how it was. It's gonna get covered by the hair a little bit, so it might help make it look a bit lighter. And now we can get to the hair. Very nice. And since it's kind of a trippy, it doesn't need to have that much detail in the hair as in the original one. It's good to have like the same overall feel at least. That's usually what matters the most. The eye feels right. Also in general, I've been wanting to draw fan art for a while. So this was a really good opportunity to do some for some people who don't really have that much fan art yet, and who I would actually want to recommend. Because there's so many creators, and it's always good to give some love back to a bit smaller ones as well. Since there's truly a lot of people who try their best, so hmm. Oh, thank you for following. Hope you've been having a good day. Hmm. And now for the side ones a little bit. Oh, that one's nice. It's always very chill to do some line art because you don't need to think about things that much. It's just drawing lines where they're supposed to go. Well, I think some people also don't like doing line art because of that. Because it might be a bit too boring sometimes. But it's a nice brain off activity to an extent. Usually a lot of people like coloring more than doing line art, and I'm kinda on that same. But I think sketching is also like a really good part of getting to draw. But then sometimes you get so many sketches and then you never fully complete any, but that's also alright. Like it should be a bit more normalized of not finishing everything because you don't need to finish everything. Like some things that are just alright as they are. Like I have so many drawings that I've just left because it's just the circumstances change, and then sometimes you just don't feel like doing something anymore after you spent so much time already. So I really like. I should remember to draw the decorations on the hair. I don't forget. Seems important. Everyone go accessorize a little bit. It adds a little bit more details and everything. Also, since we're here, we can maybe talk a little bit about what we might do next week. I think we're probably gonna do some more of our Pokemon X Nuzlocke. Been having a lot of fun with that. So we should be able to continue that until the end of that. Hopefully it doesn't end that soon. We are already in the second gym. And it's also my first Nuzlocke, so it's been an experience. Mm, I think that's a bit too, like, it's a pretty soft hair, so it needs to be a bit softer. Well, maybe not quite that much. Still gotta do the side bangs. I could maybe put like a message on the chat if, since I don't need to then repeat myself. Let me actually do that now, since I do have a little bit of time. And let's pin that one. So we can have that up there so everyone knows. So this one has like some hairs that like go here a little bit. Let's just I should have this here maybe. So I can see how the drawing is going overall, so I don't need to worry about the tiny details not looking right on the overall picture. Also, it would be really nice to have some snacks for just line arting. It's one of those kind of things where having some snacks would not hurt at all. Also, when you draw and everything, it's always hard to just stop and take a break, but it's also good to try and remember to do that. I still like trying to learn that habit. It's just so easy to just get lost in what you're doing. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who has that kind of problems when it comes to drawing and art in general. We're probably gonna add some more details here when we do more of the shading and everything. But for the line art, everything should be good like that. Oh, and then the specks of hair that come to the hand a little bit. So it's surprising how much it helps to just go on the other way. Like if you start from here, it's a bit harder to get the right pressure for the pen. Then if you do it this way, it can be a bit easier. I'm struggling with the how it goes, the line. Mm, oh, that went nice. Let's make this line not that thick. Hmm. Helps add a little bit to the perspective when you don't have all the lines the same length. Hmm. Oh, let's do the braids a little bit here. So maybe we should add a little bit here. Mm, and then change this. Mm, going all right. And now the braid. That's why I usually don't have any characters who I have drawn with braids. It's the same with the really curly hair. I like drills and that kind of stuff, but it's really hard to try and draw and render and that sort of stuff. There's like a lot of materials that I like, or just things in general that are one of my favorites. But then it's really hard to properly get them to be drawn. Like frills are really hard to draw. There might be some tricks to it, but I haven't really figured that out. It does look like a braid a little bit. Maybe helps if I put like a little bit more there. Hmm. Guess it could have helped for this stream if I had like some topics to talk about. I should have probably written some before, but I think if we're just doing some very chill times, it's not a bad thing either. Mm, this one a little bit goes behind the ear, so maybe here as well I will try and make it like that. It's also an interesting rendering technique on the original art, like for the hair especially. We should remember to add the hair accessories, as I said. Let's try and do this. Hmm, it's going all right. So it's always funny with the characters and everyone who has ears, like animal ears. Because then you don't know if they have actual human ears as well, or if they just have the animal ears. Because it can go both ways. I usually don't have any ears if I have actual proper ears. That's how I usually draw things. It can be kind of hard to like figure out how that works in terms of everything, like if the character is wearing glasses or anything like that that needs like more human ears usually. Or if you draw like a haircut that is not long, so then you have to have like the sides of the head visible. It's always a choice of to think. Mm, let's take the other line out of the way so we can see how it looks. We can do that so we can do it a bit better here. Oops, wrong pen. Mm, should not go that hard into the other hair since it's part of the same hair strand. And that's better. For this one, we can do a little bit to the so it adds a little bit more texture. I think that's what you would call it. Hmm. And maybe we get rid of this one here. Yeah, and then we can do the same for this. Wow. Oh, this one comes also a little bit from from the head, so it's not. So we kind of disable, not disable, but like erase a little bit of the head here. And we can put that back there. It's always difficult to do really long lines. Like you need a pretty steady hand, or at least like the stabilization on the pen itself. Mm, we might just be able to do the line art for this one before we go and switch to the next one, so we can give each the same amount of time. It's a bit too sharp. Mm, don't think so. I think it's alright. We can still like come look here a little bit. It's like a. Oh, and now I switched the color on accident. It's like a hair strand that comes into this one a little bit. I think that's really cute. Most of those lines probably were really good, but for some reason I kept erasing them. What do you think they're writing about? Hmm. So we can do it like that. So then the hair, this is just the front of the hair. So then there's the back as well there. So it doesn't need to go. And let's fix this here. Hopefully, since we haven't flipped it in a while. Oh, it still looks good. Maybe we are going to change this hair here a little bit later. Because it needs to be matching a little bit more with the other one, I think. Otherwise, it's pretty good. Hmm. Long hair. Yeah, we can start erasing the other layers lines a little bit from the way of the hair. Since most of it is pretty good now. We have about 10 minutes before we need to switch, but we can also do a little bit longer and then just adjust the timing on the other one as well if needed. Yeah, I think this part of the hair definitely needs some. It definitely needs some change. It's not really fitting with the other ones that much right now. Yeah, if I have it like that a little bit more, then it looks better with the other side as well. Just then it matches a bit more. Then maybe not make it. Yeah, let's just change the length of this. Hmm. Also, I was thinking it could be like a fun thing to do, like a food diary for, because I make a lot of my foods myself, so it could be a fun way of sharing some recipes around. It could also be really fun to do like a, like if I ever get like a hand cam stuff, to like cook something or attempt to. Well, that's kind of more of a distant thingy because you need a lot of preparations for that sort of stuff. Mm, this is not flowing enough. It's to be more like a slide. Mm, it's a little bit. Can also make this here. Also hoping everyone has had a relaxing Sunday. Since tomorrow a lot of people have to go to school or to work, so it's good to have been rested up for the Sunday. Yeah, for maybe for this one we can have it connect a bit sooner. Yeah, and then it needs to be a bit thicker. Let's go erase some of the excess on that one. Sometimes you have like accidental brush strokes. Like there's some. Let me clean it up though. Sometimes you don't even notice it because it's so tiny. Like it's like one brush stroke somewhere that it's not supposed to be, and it's just like a tiny hint. Guess if no one else notices it, it's good. Sometimes if you make like a transparent imagery can be a bit problematic because then you have it somewhere where it's not it's supposed to be really transparent, I think, and then it's just all over the place. Mm, let's attempt this a bit again. I think that looks more natural. Or it can stay like that, it doesn't matter. Can be a bit of a thicker line. I feel like maybe we should also have this one here coming through rather than worry about that. Mm, yeah, I think it looks more natural that way. So let's get rid of this line here a little bit. And then we try to connect this one with the other one in the top. It's always really hard to try and connect two lines together. Like you might have to do two lines like this. And then you have to go in with some eraser. Okay, let's return the braid here. Wow. I'm not sure if it works that way with the hmm. It kind of messes up with the perspective of the braid if it comes through here. Hmm. Maybe we try to do something here instead, actually. Like how we had it before. Hair is also pretty hard to try and get right since it has so many layers. What if we do the same thing here as on the other side, so it's a bit more. Mm, or we just do that. That works too. And since we didn't really do like a proper hair sketch on this side, so we have to do a bit more experimentation on the line art part. Yeah, I think it's kind of has to be like that since the braid is coming through here, so then it's not like part of the overall hair here. It's kind of hard to explain my logic behind that. It's kind of But it kind of comes from the back. So it's not really part of the front hair here even. So even here, I think we have to make this not like that, but like this, and then we get rid of the braid at the start. Because it's not really part of the strand of hair that goes into the front. Mm, we'll probably have to erase this whole thing here. Because it's supposed to only appear after this one, because this one has the front bangs, but it's part of the back hair and not the front hair. So you have to adjust for that. Oh. That should be alright. Let's just do some erasing again. The easy way to make so the hair strands are a bit lesser of a thickness. Yeah. And now we can add the braid here, because it's supposed to be here and not in front of here. Now we won't be able to have too much of it. It's a bit sad. Or maybe we just make this hair go a bit from the back a little bit more. Which should work pretty well as well. So we're not tied with that, because the back hair is always nice because you can just kind of plop it in. There's not too much thinking involved in that, but it's still like good to do at least a little bit of thinking. So now the braid goes here. Wonder how I'm gonna attempt to shade it once that's topical. Yeah, it needs to be not that flat. It's kind of like a ball. Yeah, like that. So we can make it a little bit further. Or maybe we just let's do the back hair first for this. So then we can think of the braid a bit more. Looking very cute. But now the braid. Can't forget the small details. It's all in the small details. And that one a little bit, since it's going to the back, so it's kind of not like that round at the end. Oh, it's actually very hard to figure out how it goes. It's supposed to be a little bit to the up, kind of diagonally. It looks kind of like a bow. But yeah, I think it looks as as good as I can make it right now. Like once it's colored in like the hair, I think it will be all right. You can kind of tell what it is supposed to be. Oh, I took the wrong color on there. Hmm. I mean, I can still try and change it up a little bit later. Let's do the ears now. And then we can end the book here, like very simply. And then we can try and move to the next one. And for that one, I also need to make the hair. And I think that hair is a bit more complicated. But we'll see how it goes. On. Let me get the ears here. There's a lot of like tufts of hair, but we can add that later when we color in. I think for the line art, it's not the end of the world. Just gotta remember the tufts of hair here. So maybe I should have gone to a different layer for this, but it works. Hmm. Oh, there we go. Though it needs to be a bit thicker because they have like some thickness to them. Then I don't know how it's gonna work here because it needs to kind of connect to the top there. But how am I gonna make it connected? Like that looks alright, but something missing. I just need to have it a little bit like that. And then the tufts of hair go a little bit like that. Yeah, I think it works. I guess. Mm, yeah, that's better. And then just the white parts here, and then we can just copy paste this to the other side. I copy like round tufts of hair, so it's always interesting to make really fluffy items. In this case, the ear fluffs. 'Cause how do you make it into a ball without making it look a bit funky? I guess like that. Yeah. And then we clean it up a little bit. The next one also has some fluff, but it's not on the. Oh, it's like an outfit a little bit more. So and then just this part. Mm, let me try and not make it that similar to the other. Or maybe it did end up being kind of similar. Let's change this a little bit. Feel like connect it like that. Yeah. And now we just copy paste this to the other side, and then real quickly we can make the book, because the book is really simple to make. At least it should be. So then we can at least have the baseline art done. So I might even after the stream, I might still do a little bit of a continuing of these. But at least like as long as we get the line art done for now, it should be really nice. Hey, keyboard channel. There we go. And then adjust it here. Neatly. Wow. And then we just do a little bit of cleaning. Maybe I should have added it on like a different spot there, but it's still alright. Can fix it a little bit. Yeah, very easy. Yeah, maybe we were just gonna do both of them with the line arts done. Instead of having both have the same time, though I think they might both have the same time with the. Or I guess the other one is a little bit more complex, so it might take a little bit longer. But for now, I think it's gonna all be good. All right, for this one, I think we wanted the. Did we? No, it's good that way. Oh, yeah, we can still edit this a little bit later. Well, let's see how it looks like this. Pretty nice. Then let's do the book. And then we can move on to the next one. Yeah, this one should not take that long since it's a book. They're pretty simple overall to line art. Most likely also going to make like a sort of a speed paint video on once these are done. Hmm. Oh, that's a bit too much. It's always hard to angle things right when you're using the tablet. Nice. Mm, oh, that's good. Can still make this a little more bended since it's where the pages split. It sure is a book. Yep. Yeah, a little bit. So it's not that cornery there. Okay. This is the line art semi done. We still need to do the face, but we should be moving on to the next one. And we need to remember to save so nothing gets lost. But we're still probably gonna edit a little bit like the book, maybe a little bit on on the things here, and then some of the hair here. But otherwise, I think it's pretty nice. We can still try and flip it. Yeah, it makes sense both ways. Okay, and now we can switch to the next one. So I have this kind of base here, and let's pick up the reference and change the who we're drawing now. So I'm not really fully sure if you're supposed to spell this name as Rosa or Rosa, but they've been on a break for a couple of weeks now, but they're coming back really soon. So if you want to, you can also check them out. I think they have some interesting content, and they're also a pink creature, or they're a Kacha character. So, but they're also pink, and we like pink characters here. Yeah, for her, I figured this kind of base could be really nice to try and work with, because they do a lot more cute aesthetics. But yeah, first of all, we need to figure out how the hair works. It's very like interesting hair, but it's a bit hard to try and draw. So we're gonna figure it out slowly, if nothing else. So let's first a bit of a darker pink so we can see what we're working with. And let me drink some water here now. Yeah, we can try and see if we can finish this line art as well. I think I made the hands maybe a little bit too big, but yeah, it should look alright once the hair is also in, because there's gonna be a lot of hair. So let's try and start with the goes kind of far here, like on the nose. I guess we sketch it first. Which one did I like using the most for the sketching? Yeah, that works. We don't need to use like a dark color for just the sketching. Maybe like slightly darker than the base so we can see. Because then after we need to do some other stuff for the. Okay. But this one goes pretty on the nose. The hair. Gotta watch out so I don't make it too close to the eyes, since we want the eyes to be visible in some way. But yeah, once they're back from their break, I think it's the next week, they're having some streams. You should check them out. Haven't really been able to catch them that often either, since I kind of started around when she went on a break. But I'm definitely looking forward to catching more. We have to really simplify this hair. It's like a unique shape to it. And they also have the funny hair vents. You gotta be well ventilized. Oh, the eyes will be so hidden. But we can make them a little bit transparent behind the hair, so it's not too big of a worry. A bit further from the screen. I might not be able to do the hair fully how it is, but we'll try our best. There's a lot of angles to it. And sketching truly is the best. Because the expectations of what you're gonna have in the end are a little bit lesser. You don't need to worry too much about if everything is looking perfect. But with line art, it's a bit more on that. Mm. And then here as well. We might have to copy paste some of the sides here just to make it a little easier for ourselves. I should also have that like not go that high. Mm. And this part here as well. Like it might be easier to just take this and put it here, like on the, like just mirror it. I might actually do that, but for now. So I think these ones, the hairs on the sides, we're gonna make them like kind of visible, but then make it in a way where we assume that they're behind the hands. Okay, now for the hair vents. It's very interesting. Oh, I guess these are the ones that go to the. I see it. So these are the ones that are connecting here. And then this one is just like it's kind of close to what you would have some like animal ears, but it's just it's like hair. It's like a very interesting hairstyle. I really like it though. I feel like these stuffs of hair on the sides they go a bit more to the side. I think we should take this part of the hair and just slap it on the other side so it's sort of symmetrical. It's only the very front of the hair that is different from the other side. So if we have more symmetrical stuff, it looks a bit better, I think. Let's take that, and then we will flip it and just slowly bring it to the other side. Because this one specifically is really front facing of angle for the character. So mm, yeah, I think we got it. And then we're gonna have the eyes here, and then the face here. So it should be really cute. Let's draw the just so I know where they are. Voila. And then mm, lighten it all out. So then and then switch to our line art pen and make it a bit darker. Yeah, that was not that hard to do the hair and everything. But then there's also the accessories. We'll see how we're gonna do those. The earrings, I don't think I will be able to fit into this specifically, but the hair sparkles there, and then the halo we can definitely add, but that can be something for a little bit later. Yeah, and I think the hands are the right size for since we have the hair here now. It adds a lot more to it. Also, I need to make everything bigger here. Was kind of struggling on how to make that look like how it is here. Time to do more line art. Yep. These ones were also kind of hard to draw, like the hands and everything. Like for the original sketch I have underneath. I found some really good references to use, so it's always funny when you find some reference images and then there is just some like actual grown man doing like some really cute pose. It's sort of like Gap Moe at I think. And for this, we're just gonna copy paste them to the next to the other side. That's what's really nice about having a symmetrical pose. You can sort of just take the other side and put it to the other. Mm, something is not adding up with this finger here. Or is it better that way? Mm, I think it needs to have a little bit of roundness to it so it looks more natural. Just one of those things. Because with hair, it's really nice to have like very sharp angles, but for skin and everything, it's always better to have a bit more of a rounder look. Oops. Yeah, I think maybe this one should not be that like make it a bit closer this way. And this time, let's not keep the original. This should look better. Yep. And then we change the line here a little bit too. Yep. And a bit more roundness. Let's see how much it's different from that now. Not too much. Can still like take it here. And then like change it a little bit like this. Better. So it's the same as the other one. The fingers, they look like fingers, but they could be better as well. But it is what it is. And now we can take this and flip it. And bring it to the other one. That's about the same. And then we do the jacket. At first I almost didn't see that it was like a jacket, like hanging on the shoulders. But it's like, it kind of looks like a leather jacket, to be honest. It has like these really cute puffs of fur in on the sides, which I tried to kind of emulate with there's like some lines here, here and there. There we go. Mm, it's not quite like on the like this part here needs a little bit of adjusting. And then it has like the other side come up here. Hmm. Always with the fluffs. So it kind of reminds me of there's this kind of puffy jacket in Infinity Nikki. Like this jacket reminds me a lot of that. It seems really comfy. Seems like a common theme, to be honest. That the clothing needs to be comfy, but also sort of fashionable as well. Like this one definitely leans a lot into the more of a womanly aesthetic. Like the pink and all the like extra embellishments on the clothing and all that. Like I would probably not wear something like this casually, but it looks really nice. I mean, different people have different comfortabilities when it comes to just clothing that they might wear normally, or just when they want to have a little bit more of a fashionable look. So many different types of outfits that you can decide on and styles. Mm. That one definitely needs to have like it doesn't should not come there that fast. Like maybe I just have the buff here. Yeah, it looks good. And then we just have it a little bit like that. So and maybe here we're gonna drop that. This is also why I started a bit earlier because it's it's gonna take a while to get all the line arts done. At least for this one, it's easy to just duplicate from this side to the other side. It's sort of like a loud cheat code. Or how would you describe it as? Guess like a technique, rather, so it doesn't sound as shady. Since it's really not. I think if you can take a shortcut in something, it's good to try and see if it's worth taking. Because oftentimes it is worth, especially when it comes to productivity and just creativity. Like if you can do something a bit easier for yourself and still have the same kind of end results, and it's good to consider. Nice. Mm. Always very nice when I get like a long line, very well done, like in a way where I'm super happy with it. Hmm. And now we can copy this one to the other side. And see where it goes here. About there. And let's see if there's anything to clean. Nope. But I realized I need to make this part here even bigger because it's kind of small right now. It's not character accurate. First of all, probably the rest of the outfit, like this one here, and then we need to do a new fluff there, since it's a jacket, and I almost didn't notice that it's like over the shoulders. I think that's how you say it. Mm, maybe that's too spiky. It needs to be kind of like fluffy, like the other one there. So I like fluff, but with some spikiness to it, since it's kind of like fur in a way. Is that better? A little bit. Maybe edit it a little bit on there. So this one goes. And there. And then erasing some extra. I think this part doesn't need that much erasing since it's a bit more of a hidden part here. Or maybe we do that a little bit again. Better. It's really good there. And then this is so this is like the shoulder. But then here I should have it like a bit thinner since it's not the clothing. So I don't know how much I want it to. Let's just do it on a separate layer so we don't mess anything up there with the clothing. I should have probably just waited until that part to put it here. Well, since it's all copied anyway, we can take this and create like a brand new, so it's not messing around with the other part there. Yep. And then we just erase it here. And these can go back together. Good. So yeah, this here, I don't know how I'm gonna get bigger, because otherwise guys, I wanna have the details here. But it's hard to like get there. Maybe we can just take some creative approaches to it, or just like it can be differences. It still looks like the character enough. So that could be like a thing we can do. Because I don't really know how it would be able to work. Not like an expert on physics. Especially since this character is supposed to now lean on like a table or something. It's a bit harder to know how things would react. Well, that should be good. It's like recognizable for. Yeah. I mean, it's the same with the stuff here. Like, there's a lot of details, like as you can see here on the shoulders. There's like the embroidery and everything, but we are not gonna be able to get that there in detail since we're doing more of a chippy style in general. Just gonna have to accept that not everything is gonna look the same as I wish it could be. Also, I have to say, it really does look like a gacha character, so that's like a really good props. Like, it's a good aesthetic. Also, again, I will probably post like the line arts after the stream on my socials, probably separately, so I can tag both of them on the appropriate art tags. Let's do the head first, like the outline for the chin and everything, so it's easier for this part. Cute. But I really simplified the color here. Well, that's kind of what you're supposed to do when you do a little bit more of a chippy like. It's a lot more on the overall than on like the small details and everything. But yeah, we can still like do something like that maybe here. I should just copy that. That was like perfect. Like I cannot change the perfect line. I need to just duplicate here. Wow. Then I have to go a little bit further in here so I can get that. This stuff here. So we don't leave anything undetailed like that. Hmm. And then there's like some, oops, there's like some detailing on here that we should add. Well, let's go back to our normal brush size. Like this here, it has like some frills like this, like here. But I think since we're simplifying it a little bit, we're just gonna have it as a black line here. Voila. Oh, no, that's so tiny. I feel like coloring might take way less time since you're not doing this much like tiny work. But there's like some details here. I think they're like star like thingies like this. Or maybe we'll do that when we color it. It's easier to just add it as a color and not as a line. Okay, so that's the outfit. Can we bring everything down? Maybe not quite yet. Hmm. Now I think we can bring the at least the clothing part of it. So now it's all in one. And then we can start working on the hair. And then we're probably gonna move the hearts here out of the way after the hair is done. But for now, it can be there. It's just some details. Hmm. To really take some good approaches to here. And like slightly change it a bit. Because we already did a lot of the work with the sketch layer with the hair, I think. Like getting it all looking similar enough. Well, that's gonna be kind of covered with the other one as well. There's a lot of like curves to the hair. I think it's very cute though. We've been probably saying cute a lot today. Oh, that's for that layer. Where's the hair? Better? Well, we've also had cute people here, so I think we've been doing very well with how much time we've had. It's always really time consuming to make the line art, at least for me. But then coloring goes a little bit faster because you don't need to do that much like tiny detail work. Like it's sort of a blast to do that sort of stuff. Oh, here again, we can probably just copy paste this part of the hair here since this is the only part here in the middle that is different. I love symmetrical people, at least like for for drawing. There's like some artists that really hate certain things, and it's very like personal. Like some people really hate drawing like maybe horses, and then some people really hate drawing like some other thing. Then you never know what someone's hating thing to draw is. Can always be so different. Do you want it like that? Mm, maybe not quite that much. Maybe like from here. Yeah. Yeah, I might maybe do a coloring on my own time. Like line art is chill enough to just do on stream since you just do the lines that you need to do. Nothing too much crazy going on with that. So we should just erase this part here and go from the other side. Yeah, so it's a bit easier. I knew it. Wahoo! Yeah, these are like they come from the top here. Mm, I guess they go pretty high, so I don't think I mind. Also, I might wait until I have them all like kind of finished before I actually put them into the appropriate tags on like Twitter. Not, no, I guess I can also do it on Twitter, but it's more on Blue Sky since the people I'm drawing today are on Blue Sky mainly. That's why I also have them listed on the credits on the Blue Sky and not on Twitter. Like I'm mainly on both just because I have to, or it's more just like not like have to, but it just helps to be on both. Like I think Twitter in general gets a bit more use from this kind of stuff, but then Blue Sky is a bit more friendlier on actual contacting people and just getting to know people. You don't need to like fight the algorithm that much on there. You just like go there and you post and then it's like it reaches the people who you want it to reach basically. Like there's not anything to game. Like a lot of platforms now there you need to like think of them as like some game. Like there's so many different things you have to do or not do. It gets pretty exhausting in that way. Hmm. And then this part here. Nice. I have to like look so I don't put it on the wrong spots because then it doesn't look like it's the same hair strand. So like I think there's a lot of that I could like improve on. I think it's more just about doing things than like actually doing too much studying on it. I guess like you will improve a little bit at least like if you just do stuff constantly or you're like constantly trying to like do a little bit of improvement every step of the way, but also not focusing like too highly on what is going on. Because over focusing can also be as bad as like under focusing. It's like something I've noticed. But sometimes like when you draw and stuff, if you like chase the perfection, it will just make you further from it since you're chasing it so hard that, you are not really getting to practice. Like right now, how I just was constantly doing that line over and over. It's like, should kind of like learn to unfocus a little bit. Then I think we should change this one again. Just as I said, just not keep it. So that one is a little bit thicker here. Mm, don't want to like. Mm, that should be good. Yeah, I did not change that much with the. Because you don't want to really zoom out too much because then it's gonna look really fuzzy. Nice. We should also have this like go a bit that much. So it all kind of connects a bit better on the top there. And that's good now. And now the sides here. Like I think it's kind of unique of a hairstyle as well. I haven't really seen this type of hairstyle anywhere else. That went a bit quicker, that one. Wow. Maybe like this one should be a little not as. I'm kind of thinning it out a little bit. Just trying to. Yeah, looks a bit better now. And then here we do the. Mm, we do it like that a little bit. Could just go a little bit behind the back, but I think it would also be good if it like went a little bit like this. 'Cause we're still gonna add the shoulder here. 'Cause if it went there, it would be like this. Mm. All right, this one also, because there's hair coming out of there. We can do this. So it's like the strain of hair behind there. Guess it's like the side bangs. Yeah, this one here. I think we can do it like that. It still looks good. Or maybe like mm, yeah, that's better. So it flows out of there. And then we're gonna have like it's supposed to be like a table or something here, so you can just have these lines end there. Or we make them like go here. That could also work. Just so we don't need to like specify that we have a table there. At least visually. Very nice. Mm, that one also fixed, and then we can copy paste it on the other side. It's gonna help so much. And yeah, we're gonna add the shoulder here. Where's the face? Oh, I've been doing it on the same layer. Okay. Well, that's that of the matter here. Yeah, let's do it here with the hands. Because this is like the bare shoulder. Like a lot of stuff going on here. Yeah, this seems good. So it's probably not the best way of putting the shoulder here, but it will work. It will work. And now we just start copy pasting this part here. It's all just easier when it's like very symmetrical. Okay, keep. And then we just put this here. Wow. And then the hair again. Oh, it's kind of separate now. Mm, well, let's just do this here. Then we take and keep it. Mm, it's about there. Nice. Yeah, where's the... I guess it still has to be a little bit lower. Oh, let's not keep the original. I think now it's in the proper spot. Yippee! I mean, there's like some parts that might be a little bit different compared here, but I think it looks good enough where you can recognize who it is. Oh, and then we need to copy this part here as well. And keep and rotate. Let's just do it this way for this, so it's maybe more exact. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, that's good. Then we can do a little bit of erasing here. Probably should have put it on like a different layer, but it works. And now let's go fix this. Right, there's still the funny hair. I always keep forgetting it on my own art, so let's not forget here. It's always like a big part of character design as well. Like you gotta have the funny hair. Like you're not allowed to not draw it if someone has it. It's like a life force. Mm, okay, that's good. I have to go a bit closer so we get this one properly here. Hmm. I mean, it has like a little bit more here, but since it's simplified, it's not gonna be that big of a deal here. It's also like, because you're not copying it one by one, so it's more just like adapting everything to reflect your own style and like what you want to focus on. Though maybe this one a little bit here. It's a good angle otherwise. Some water. It's been a bit chiller now since I meant for this stream to not even be that talkative, just more like chilling and overall just good vibes. But you don't need too much more on like a Sunday. Right, also for next week, I was thinking of streaming a little bit more because I've kind of started to find like a good base of how I should be going, and it's been getting more comfortable in general as well. So I think it's like a good idea. Like I need to make a schedule before tomorrow. More on that when it's time for that. Just try to keep everyone updated as much as possible anyway. Have to also see, since there's some school stuff starting next week, how much it's gonna affect. Because for now, I've really didn't have that much to do, so it's been a bit easier. But have to see what happens when things start to actually hit again. Me when the responsibilities. Sort of not fair, but then yeah, you kind of have to have some. Like you get some freedom and then you get some responsibilities. That's usually the trade-off. Hmm. Also, the soundtrack has been pretty nice, though it's not gonna be on the vid since I tend to have it on like a different track for the vid just in case. 'Cause, you don't want to have everything muted because of that. Let's work on this a little bit because that's a little bit in the way right now. Better. It's been a bit more more details here, so I've been kind of focusing on them. But it's been really nice because I haven't really drawn fan art, or at least like I've tried a couple times, but then never had like the motivation to like try and complete things. At least like when it comes to fan art. Hmm. Let me just change this a little bit so it like comes from the hair. There we go. So I guess like it's like behind there. It's not coming from the hair itself. So I'm gonna like change this a little bit so it's not like that flat and it connects here. Same for this one here. So it all goes a bit higher. Maybe like say it on like a different layer just in case. Yeah. Let's put it here. Hopefully we don't lose track of which layer is which. Yeah, now that's more round and not like a flat head. And then we can just easily do that there. And we're like soon done. Hmm. At least with like the baseline art without going into the face and everything. Yeah, I should combine all of these soon. Like get rid of that there. Where's the here it is. Let's just combine it all in. Maybe just because there's some weird strains here that I need to fix. That's good. So I'm doing them on a very big canvas just so, it's just easier because then you can always downscale things if you want to, but you can't really upscale because it doesn't really work that way as good or well. There we go. Also here. It's somehow a bit easier to do it that way than this way because of how the drawing tablet is set up. 'Cause you have to really think how it's angled so you can like do the proper stuff you want to do. Ah, it's almost done with the hair. So this one we gotta take this a bit higher. Yeah, that will do. Yippee! And then like some of the, because there's these ones, but I think these ones is easier to just color it in rather than line art it. It really does look like ears though. Let's see if there's anything obvious we missed with the. No. Very nice. So we have basically the line art done on this one now. Let's see, go to check the other one. Yeah, this one also has some really nice line art now. Now that you can like come and look at it up there again. It helps. Nice. And we've been going for like 3 hours now. This is like a nice spot to end it most likely. And then we can post like the finished the line art for the ending thingy. Yeah, so for again, we drew Miyabi. Check them out. Or we still need to do the eyes and everything, but I will do that off stream, and then I will post them on my Twitter and Blue Sky. And then let's go back to the other one. And here's Rosa or Rosa, I'm not quite sure. Haven't gotten a confirmation. We'll also check them out. They're coming back to streaming now next week. So give them a go and say hi. And we're going to see how it is with everything now. Thank you for everyone who's been here, who's been just chilling. We've had some pretty good chill times here now.